Hello, RevIT team. I'm Russ Kimberling, COO of Adder Mobile.
And I'm Ian Gerard, the CEO of Adder Mobile Technologies.
We're going to take the next 10 minutes and I'm going to ask Ian and myself, I guess, a couple of questions that you've asked us to describe Adder. Well, let's start with the first one. You ready?
Sure, let's go.
Okay. Ian, why does Adder exist?
Well, that's a great question, Russ. I appreciate it. Adder exists to help outdoor advertisers know who saw their ads and then what those people did as a result of seeing those ads. Hi, Boone. In a nutshell, we're trying to help advertisers understand the ROI of their advertisements and their efficacy.
Okay, so ROI and efficacy of out-of-home advertisements.
Yeah, because billboards are dumb and we need to make them smart.
So is that what out-of-home advertisements are? Billboards?
Billboards, bus ads, taxis, car wraps, you name it, we can help them.
Okay. That being said, Ian, can you describe a little bit about how Adder operates and its lines of business? Or line of business?
Sure. And is that question kind of open-ended then? I guess, like, how do we operate? Is that a question about sales or who we go after?
Both. How do you operate?
Okay.
First part. Second part, who do we go after? And I guess I can answer that after you answer that.
Yeah, sure. Since Russ is our wonderful, wonderful sales director as well. How do we operate? Our system is essentially software as a service and data as a service kind of rolled into one platform. What that means is that customers will use our web platform that references all of our data points that we collect every day, 50 million devices worth of data, and we'll use that to understand the relationship between our customers' ads and the people that are carrying around all these smartphones that we're measuring. Does that answer your question?
Yes, that does.
And so what about our sales? How do those
Well, our lines of business, right now I would say it's two. Both of them are out-of-home companies. Primary one would be billboard companies. Okay, small and large. We're not picky. If you have one billboard, you can be our customer. But also fleets, digital mobile billboards, semi-fleets, and so forth. Really, any out-of-home company that has advertisements out of the house, whether it's a bus, whether it's a train, whether it's a bus shelter, or a bench.
A plane, a train, or an automobile, we'll take it all. So what you're saying, it sounds like, is that we kind of handle stationary outdoor advertisements and mobile outdoor advertisements.
And moving, that's right. If it's outside, we'll track it.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's move on to question 3. Ian, explain your brand in a short phrase that you can deliver in 60 seconds or less.
Adder we're two things when it comes to our branding. On the one hand, we dress in all black and we use green overtones and we like to look kind of like science goons from Twister almost. But on the other hand, we're also very personable, we're very conversational, and we're very transparent. These are kind of our goals here, is to be kind of the ones that hold the truth when it comes to location data and then have a good enough relationship with the public to actually explain what we're doing with it and how we're protecting their data. So I guess to put it in a nutshell, we're kind of focused on the brand being about integrity, about thought leadership, kind of showing that we are spirited, curious people, and that we're looking for opportunities. So that's why our company values are spirit, curiosity, and opportunity.
Okay. Well, yeah, that was in under 60 seconds. Thank you. That's good, Ian. Thank you. Okay. What do you like about your present logo? Because I think you helped design that.
Yes.
So what do you like about your logo and corporate identity?
First of all, the upward arrow, that is the A itself, indicates upward mobility. The idea is that if a tracked number is tracked, then that tracked number grows. And we want to make sure that we can show an uplift. Okay, so that's why the arrow exists. The snake itself, the snake was always something that kind of evoked a roadway to us. We were always trying to show hey, this is on the road, because we used to be a car wrap advertising company. And even to this day, though, a lot of our business takes place on the road. After all, to know all this stuff that we know, it's really traffic measurement in a way. So that's kind of what the logo's elements are. And the green, of course, just because we like green and black, it's a good color scheme. I don't know if that answers the full question right there, but those are kind of the elements of our logo. The idea being that we want to show that we are trying to lift people up and also move forward. So that's what recently we actually canted all the letters in our logo forward to kind of indicate that movement, because it's really important to us.
Corporate identity?
Our corporate identity kind of plays into what I was saying a minute ago about our spirit, curiosity, opportunity, integrity, that kind of stuff. There's a couple other aspects to that, but really I think we've probably covered the big pieces. So.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you. That's good. Who are your customers?
Well, that's a great question, Russ. Who are our customers?
Our customers are actually out-of-home advertisers, out-of-home advertisement. They may own assets.
Mhm.
They may be the advertising company.
So
Right,
what you're saying
a
is
little
that
bit of
it could be somebody that's maybe running the ad campaigns for an end client. Like say, like I'm a guy that runs a restaurant.
Mhm.
The company that I go to that buys the media, maybe an ad firm or an agency or something, we're helping those customers out, but we're also helping the people that actually own the advertisements themselves too, like the physical billboard
the assets.
space.
Yes.
Right.
When I say assets, the physical
Okay.
item itself.
Cool.
So if they don't have a way to show attribution, out-of-home attribution, that can be an add-on service for those advertisers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Why do customers buy from you?
That is a good question. I think we can both kind of take a swing at that.
I guess. Well, first we're going to explain what's out there right now to measure attribution, and that would be a company, a nonprofit company called Geopath.
Mm-hmm.
It just isn't very accurate.
Right. Yeah. The problem the customers that we've talked to have with Geopath, which is this old industry organization that's existed since the 30s, is that it's an old industry organization that's existed since the 30s. It's become this large pay-to-play kind of environment where you don't necessarily get accurate measurement data. Really, you just have to be a part of it to even be able to get to those big sales and campaigns.
So why customers, part of that question is why they're buying from us,
Yeah.
is because we're actually very accurate. We can give a very accurate, we can show you verified, impressions, like who saw it, who was in front of your billboard.
And how do we do that better than Geopath? What does Geopath
Well, we do it, period. They don't do it.
Exactly. So Geopath, traditionally, back in the early days, they would use Newsies with lap counters to count how many people drove by a billboard, which is not a very effective measurement system, and not very scalable either. So today, they don't do any of this.
So with us tracking about 50 million devices, that's a very good sample set of the overall population.
So the reason the customers like us is probably partially because, okay, on the one hand, we have something that other companies just do not have. We have something better than what Geopath has. And on the other hand, I think it's because our customers understand that we're actively trying to find the path forward, to find their holy grail, as they called it the other day. Find a way to get this challenge solved for outdoor advertisers to where they can really compete with online advertisers. And they know that we're down in the trenches there with them. I think they really like that about us.
Right, and also, what they do like and why they do buy is we can actually show location conversions. So,
what is a location conversion?
Well, once they impression is when they see your billboard. Location conversion is when we know they saw your billboard, but also you went to that brick and mortar location. Mm-hmm. So an impression.
Like I saw an ad for the Chick-fil-A cows, like saying, "Hey, don't eat me."
And then you went to Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
A location conversion.
Awesome.
So we can show that. And we're also, tracking and collecting and sharing all the IP data along with that. So then you can retarget.
Yeah, you can retarget advertisements online using the IP addresses that we collect from these customers. So we build audience sets of people that saw the ads. We then build a further set saying, here's who saw the ads and then actually went to your store. And with that, we can take either of those sets and deliver ads to them online with the help of an IP delivery partner, such as, for example, El Toro, who's right here in town.
Describe your competitors and how they compete with you.
Okay, so our biggest competitor in this space would probably be, as Russ already mentioned, Geopath. They don't exactly compete with us. I think they're so established that they don't really see us as a threat at this point, because we're a young company and we are growing into our role here. But there are some other ones that are kind of similar to us. Abraxas Technology. Abraxas Technology out of Austin, Texas, they use software-defined radios to pull cell phone data, to intercept cell phone data and collect it, which is not based on
I call them sniffers.
People call them sniffers. Wi-Fi sniffers.
Big difference is our data is consent-based. Mm-hmm. Theirs is not.
And that's probably the biggest difference on a principle level. Like, hey, we don't steal people's data. We make sure we have permission to use this data. But then on top of that, Abraxas also needs to have a piece of hardware deployed at every single location, and we just need the coordinates.
Correct. Good answer. Okay, let's move on to the next question. What do you want your company to be known for in the industry?
I think we want to be known as the people who will give you the straight truth, even if you don't like it. So I really want to be the company that's known for not only being a thought leader in the space, because everybody wants to be a thought leader, but I want to be somebody that companies know that they can rely on to get the real answer. To actually look at our data and say, I actually know that this is verified data. I can trust these guys to tell me the truth about this. It's really important to me.
Good. Okay, and the final question. Describe all the ways you will generate revenue for the next 12 months. Woo!
Let us count the ways.
How about the most, maybe the main way where you wanted to, generate revenue?
Oh, the main revenue generation is going to be on getting people onto our platform and utilizing it for analytics services. So companies coming to us with a big old stack of billboards. One company we ran a pilot with that we're still trying to get in their good graces is Clear Channel, for example. Clear Channel has tens of thousands of billboards. Well, we want that customer to come to us and say, hey, here's all of my billboards. Now tell me everything every month about those billboards. That would be a huge opportunity for us. And I don't necessarily see Clear Channel specifically as being the one right now. They've got some other companies they're looking at. But there are other Clear Channels out there. There's Lamar, there's JC Deco, there's plenty of us, Adams Advertising.
And there are a lot of just small mom and pop shops that if we get enough of them.
Well, and we, to your point there, we have seen a lot of really good traction with the smaller ones because they're willing to take the time to talk to us and learn about us, and they're usually the underdogs too. So they kind of appreciate it just for that alone. But so that would be one. I think that's the primary way that we're going to make money. But then on the other side of things, so right now we're talking about measuring advertisements and all that. But what if you could place an advertisement because you know the traffic around it already? And that's something we want to experiment with, and Comcast is helping us with that right now with their media buyers. Comcast being the largest spender in out-of-home advertising in the country, and also an investor in our company. So
that's right. I think you meet with them in a couple of weeks.
Soon. The second week of February. Hopefully not the 14th. That'd be weird.
Okay. Well, I hope that answers all of your questions. Ian and I look forward to participating in RevIT.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys on the 11th of February.
Yeah, appreciate all the questions, Russ. This has been a great interview, joint interview. So hopefully you don't mind the style too much. We thought we'd do it this way. Appreciate it, and looking forward to being part of the program.
All right, thank you. Talk to you soon.